The problem in Africa is our electoral system. People manipulate the elections to be there by all means. If we are doing proper elections and if you are not doing well, people will vote you out. We may not even ask these questions. Because those who are not doing well, the population will vote them out. But in this case, people use government instruments to perpetuate themselves in power, even when the people don't want them. But the key thing is not even the terminology. All those terms are more figurative or metaphorical in terms of uses. They may not be necessarily literal. But if you listen to what is happening in the U.S. now, their foreign policy regarding Africa south of the Sahara, where they are saying that they are no longer going to be too interested in any form of government that we run in our countries, but they will be more interested in the economies of the nations and how the citizens survive. That is very dangerous. By implication, whether it's military or dictatorship is not a problem to them, as long as the citizens are happy. And that is why we need to have this occasional dialogue to interrogate the concept of democracy. Kuka did mention, and others, the forms of democracy. Yes, in Africa we have practiced different forms of democracy. If you take a country like Nigeria, for example, the first republic was a parliamentary system. Then, of course, during the Second Republic, we now adopted the American presidential system. But our presidential system appears to even be stronger than that of America, because our Senate president is stronger than the American Senate president, which is the vice president. So, if you take Tanzania, they started, Julius Nyerere started with one-party system because he wanted all his people to unite so that the country will not divide along tribe and religious section. And probably that's one of the things unique about Tanzania, that the political divide is narrower than countries like Nigeria, because the founding fathers felt that there must be something they will introduce to encourage unity, and they operated in one-party system. Of course, now they have migrated to the popular multi-party system. But keenly, there are two things I have to mention. When I was a vice president, I received one of the members of the Presidential College of Switzerland, and we were discussing about the issue of governance and so on. And I said that their fathers, their founding fathers, felt that giving so much power to one person, called a president, is very dangerous to people, and that they opted that they will not have a president. So every time they have more people that come together to manage the country and make the parliament rather strong, because the parliament represents all sections of the country. And they have the most stable politics today. Though with minimal resources, the economy is one of the strongest. Because the fight against rulership, like in Nigeria, north or south or east or west, is not there. And I believe that the political scientists and the lawyers in Africa, we must also be looking at some of these issues. Do we really create a unique system of government? The traditional theoretical democracy, is it really working? Frankly speaking, it's not working. Though there's this debate of, it comes up here, whether a president that is doing well can continue to stay on and on and on. And it's almost like a philosophical debate, because sometimes when you are questioned as a former president, I find it difficult to answer. I think UNDP man raised that with me in the Gambia. I said, when I became a vice president, I didn't know I was going to be a president anyway, but somehow instinctively I just felt that what happened to these Asian tigers? Some of these Asian countries that, in Nigeria especially, with Singapore and others, Malaysia, we were at the same level. In fact, in the late 50s to early 60s, we were even better in some parameters. But now they are almost entered first world or near first world. We are still down. What happened within this period? How long does it take them? And what are the key things? And some group of friends said, okay, I should not worry, they were going to do the research for me. And they did investigation for me, and when they came back as a summary, it took between 30 to 40 years for these countries to move from where we are today in Nigeria, Ghana, to where they are, from third world to first world or near first world. But just 30, 40 years. It was not within the lifetime of anybody.